Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Thursday, the 24th of September, 2020. And I thought I would just check in and start these, I want to say these videos again, but the capturing my thoughts and insights during lockdown, because it looks like we're heading right back into lockdown. So I did these videos every 2 days from March when our lockdown started through to early June when we started having the lockdown details relaxed really. So I captured my thoughts, and there were some really interesting things that came out, and it was really good to see what was going on in my own head, but also just keep a record of what was going on in the UK and how things were panning out and how we were experiencing lockdown and situations. So it is it's pretty early in the morning. I can't see what the time is because I'm using my phone, aren't I? So that's very clever. It's I don't know, 7:20 or something, and I can hear that my pup waking up and doing her morning wriggles, which is just lovely. So yes, a couple of days ago, literally Tuesday night, today's Thursday, so Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, the government here announced new regulations and rules coming into play because we've escalated back up to a level 4 in the coronavirus rating. I don't know how to discuss that. So that's where we are at the minute. I had my friend Barbara come down from Edinburgh yesterday. She's on her way down south to visit various people and stops here, which I love. And we normally do something fun. In days gone by, we used to do a walk and then go and have a nice meal. The last few times we've done a nice walk and bypassed a nice meal, just because I know eat out to help out, but hello, good morning, Pop-Up. I've not been brave enough. I've been out a couple of times, and I did go and have a drink with Barbara in a pub last time we were here. She was down here. Hello, my sweetheart. Hey, good morning. I'm going to go for a walk. So anyway, this is a quick one because I'm going to take the pup out for an early morning walk. And she's like, yeah, that'd be good. You're talking on the thing again. What's going on? I haven't done that for a while. So anyway, yesterday Barbara was here. We went for a walk. It was great. It was raining. I wasn't say chucking it down. I wasn't really chucking it down. It was light rain all day. Heavy at times. And so we did about 2.5 kilometres. And it was lovely. It really was nice. It was a pretty gentle one because it was just around the reservoir. So it was one of my, let's say, safer walks, but because of the weather and the dampness, the ground was so wet underfoot that it was a safe choice. So that was what we did yesterday, and just where things are. So I think since I last checked in, a few things have changed. One is we've gone through the summer, and it's been a pretty interesting summer. It's been pretty nice in most aspects. There's my stomach telling me that it's breakfast time. Early mornings. And I've got a student staying with me. So I've got a lovely lass from Switzerland who's staying with me, in theory for the school year. In theory, I say, she'd be going home for Christmas and Easter to spend those with her family, but the way we are with quarantines and things, that's probably not going to happen. And those who follow me on social media will know that I shared it a little bit. In fact, it's not even on social media, on my newsletter. Will know that Alicia, poor lass, had about 12 hours to pack up everything and get moving to leave here, because they leave home to come here. Her dad phoned me at 9 o'clock on the Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night. So today's Thursday, so it must be a month ago. Wow. Because we had Switzerland was put on the quarantine list here for the UK on the Thursday afternoon at about 4:30, and we were just talking about it in the book club, which we have on a Thursday afternoon, book club social. Yeah, that's something we still got going, the book club social, so that's lovely. So we were talking about it at the book club that, you know, what's the chances of the Swiss students coming over, because there's about 80 of them, I think, that come over to study in the UK, 80 from this canton, and 4 that have come to Harrogate, so that's nice. So we were talking about what that might impact and what that might look like. And then I got a call at 9 o'clock from Alicia's dad to say, okay, we can't get flights, can't change anything, but if we're going to miss the quarantine, beat the quarantine, which came into effect at 4 AM on Saturday morning, they needed to drive on Friday. And that's what they did. So Alicia literally didn't sleep much that night, had to pack up everything, and they left, I don't know, sort of 9 o'clock in the morning, and drove all the way through France, and got across through the tunnel. I got into Folkestone, I don't know, about 6 in the evening, spent the night there and then drove up here the next day, which was a mammoth exercise for both of them and very brave. And then her dad stayed in town on the Saturday night and drove back on the Sunday after spending some time here and going for a walk and things. So it was lovely to meet him. It was something that wouldn't normally happen. We get to meet the parents, so that was really nice, really grateful for that. And in that time I had about just under 40 hours to clear out Alicia's bedroom, which I had 10 days still to do, and I haven't sort of made much progress on it. So we had 10 plus years in 40 days to clear out. it was a mammoth undertaking by my daughter Trish and I, and it was pretty good fun. We had some good laughing moments, finding things that we A, didn't know were there, B, had completely forgotten we had. The one thing with sorting out paperwork that's old, because that is that old, is that it's is it a shredding pile or is it a recycling paper pile? Because there's no other choice really. There's very few things that you want to keep when they're dated 2008, 11, 13, and we're in 2020. So it was quite an easy decision to make on those, and it was quite liberating. But we got so far, and we got the room cleaned and sorted and made up for her. But there's still a heap of stuff that's in the extra bedroom because they just started moving as time was getting shorter. We just started moving stuff across. So that's that, and it meant that we had just over a week to sort of get to know each other and settle in before school started. And she was doing all her pre-work stuff, so she was still working. But it was lovely. It was a nice time. And then school started, and that's been as an interesting exercise for me because I haven't had kids at school since 2009, so it's a good long time. And doing school runs has been interesting. Not supposed to take them to school as host mums, but the options are school bus would be the normal. Trying to keep everyone here safe because obviously I've got my parents here, so that's a big risk. And it's almost easier for me to take her rather than have her on the bus. And then she's been walking home mostly. I did pick her up a couple of times, but mostly she walks. It's a pretty nice walk. She could walk to school in the morning, but it means getting up early and blah blah blah. You know, all those good things. We'll probably get to that. There'll be some days where she will need to walk. She does have a bicycle here because she can by car. I bought her bike. She hasn't been out on it yet. I just bought a cover. Actually, it arrived on Tuesday. I haven't put it on it yet, on the bike yet, just to protect it a bit because it's out in the open here. It's all locked up, so no illusions on that. It's all locked up. But the poor lass has picked up a cold and spent the last couple of days, spent all of Tuesday in bed and most of yesterday on the bed. Has done her schoolwork and things, but she has been just a head cold. It's just like real snotty nose. It is not the COVID symptoms, but it's a real challenge when you look at it and go, yep, this looks like a head cold. Take temperature. What are the other symptoms? Having a look at, they say kids under 18 have different symptoms to adults, so it's like, oh, okay. But we think we've got that. And it does look like a head cold. And I'll be honest, I had a bit of a scratchy throat yesterday, and it was like last night, I'm like going, oh. Anyway, both of us have been dosing ourselves up with lots of hot ginger and honey, and hot lemon and honey, and sage and honey, and elderberry elixir, and ginger and apple smoothies, and you name it. We've been doing all the good things that we could think of. Plus the essential oils and salt baths with oils in, and just lots of stuff. So that's where we are. And the decision was now whether she goes to school today or not, because she was a lot better yesterday afternoon. And we kind of looked at it and decided that actually she's really tired this morning, and she's still got her throat's still a bit iffy. And it's just probably safer to let her build up her resilience and strength at home before she goes back into the class where there'll be other bugs and the risk of COVID and all those things. So we've made a decision that she stays at home another day. I think in a normal year we probably would have gone, yep, let's go to school. But having to wear masks, well, no. This is something that really I find frustrating, is that in the schools they don't have to wear masks. It's recommended that they wear masks between classes, and they are supposedly not allowed to wear masks in class. Now, I'm finding this really strange. I must be honest, I'm finding it really, really strange. It's a recommendation to wear masks between classes. In other words, in corridors where there's lots of people. And I know they're mostly moving in their bubbles, but there is still that chance where they're not. We're crossing others, crossing corridors with others. And the sixth form at the grammar school is just a separate building, and they're all there. So it's 2-year groups. So it's a recommendation, but Alicia's view is that there are about 5% of people are, and even after having a confirmed case in the main school of COVID, they still haven't made it compulsory. I go, what is going on? Why wouldn't you do that? You have to wear them on the bus. You have to wear masks in shops. You have to, there's lots of things you have to do now, and the fines are getting steeper. Why wouldn't you wear them in the corridors in school? Why is it not compulsory? But then the crazy thing on top of that is that they are not allowed to wear masks in class. And to combat that, to keep them safe, all windows and doors are kept open. Well, that's balmy. Last week, we had gale force winds at times. I mean, the winds were, for the whole week, were definitely above 25 kilometres now. Often above 30, 35. And they were from the northeast. Now, if anyone has any idea, that's coming down from the North Pole. It's blimmin' cold. It was freezing last week. And so no wonder she's got a cold. You're just sitting there And you know, what can you do? You're sitting still in a class for a couple of periods. However, a period is probably, I don't know, 45 minutes long, I would guess. I have no idea, to be honest. So you're sitting there for an hour, hour and a half, not really moving around, in a breeze, in a draft, in a cold wind. I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, the decision is day 3, she's going to stay at home, get stronger, and go to school tomorrow. So she's done Monday, Friday. But because they are now used to dealing with class, you know, kids not all being in school, she's able to have kept up to date and done her prep and done everything she needs to do, so that's all good. Yesterday, I think I said, I went for a walk with Barbara. It was raining, it was lovely. We did 10.5 kilometres. It was just great to get out. And today I'm going to take Lyra out early because there's rain forecast again. It's not raining right yet, so we're going to go out now. And I then am going to get on and put out the 5-day challenge that I'm running next week. So I'm running a 5-day challenge next week, and I really need to get that out and about so people know about it. It's for founders of businesses, for business owners, business managers, leaders, senior leaders, you know, execs and senior leaders of teams, of people, etc. Very specific. It is about people who are decision makers and who right at the moment are facing their own challenges and dilemmas, and it's a 5-day challenge just to identify what your biggest hairy monster is and knock it on the head. So that's what we're doing, starting Monday to Friday. There'll be information out on that later today. I've got a pretty full day of meetings, but I know, you know, I've got this all planned out. I've got all my map of all the things that are in it. This that's here, and then I've got a Google Docs form with all the details on it. So I'm just ready to capture it on a effectively on a lead page, for whatever that means. Just on putting it on somewhere where people can read it and find it, and then sign up for it. And I'm making a decision. This is going contrary to what lots of people say. They say do it on Facebook. I'm making a decision to not do it on Facebook. I'm going to do it on my Kajabi platform because you can use the app. And I'm making that conscious decision, rightly or wrongly, but I'm going to do it. To try it, but I also think that I'm avoiding Facebook. I find myself trying to avoid Facebook because it takes so much time. And I'm wanting to, you know, this is for senior leaders. I don't want to get sidetracked by Facebook. Let's get in there, see what the message is in the morning, get on with the exercise, maximum of 30 minutes in the day. It's got to be short and sharp. And connect later to discuss any issues or, you know, answer any questions and, you know, do any Q&As and just see what we can do. So I'll be putting that all together a little bit later today and releasing that probably late morning. Yeah, that's the plan. So all excited for that and looking forward to doing some good things. This is in the run-up to my 90-day challenge, which runs from October to the end of December, beginning of October to the end of December. So that's from next week, where collectively a group of Woman of Wisdom, I think it is the group, we're doing a 90-day challenge to collectively impact the global online economy by $1 million, and that's in 3 categories of startup businesses and growth businesses and scale up. So that's what we're looking to do, and this is my commitment into that. I am one of the founders, mastermind people in that group, so it's going to be super intense but super exciting, and I'm really looking forward to that. So there we go. I'm going to try and go back to doing these little snippets of where's my head, what's been going on, where am I, what's going on in my world, in my house, and how are we finding lockdown in the UK. So here we are, just starting a new week of tougher measures. I say tougher measures, stronger measures to protect us, and I will go back to capturing little thoughts on that. So looking forward to a good day today and wishing you a beautiful day today. See you later. Bye.